Okay, so welcome to Grand Arena Championships. This is the first season, week 1, round 2. Today I'm up against Exit Music. Exit Music has a very, very good roster. And we're going to go and take a look at the comparison real quick in Discord here. So we are equal on like all of our roster stats. 4.5 million GP. Our top GP is pretty even, 1.6 million each. We don't have a whole lot of stats for GA yet because they all just got reset. If we look at our Zetas, we are even on Zetas, 66 on 66. Gear 12s, he has a pretty large advantage, and Gear 13, he also has a pretty large advantage. So he definitely has me outmatched there. And then in the mod category, I've got more 6-dot mods, but his 6-dot mods are much higher quality. He's got 30 plus 20 speed mods to my 16, so he definitely has a huge advantage on the speed mods. He even has 4 that are plus 25, and I don't have any. So he's definitely got a huge advantage against me in mods. And in character gear. So we're gonna have to see what comes up there. So I did take a look at his roster, of course, beforehand to plan my defense, and this is basically what I came up with. I found, these were the teams basically that he had, and I tried to predict, as I do every time, which teams he places on defense. So these are the teams that I predicted that I would see, which means he was able to save these teams for offense. So I plan my offense around what I believe he's going to place, and then I use my leftover teams and I place those on defense. So I pretty much always, he's got Darth Revan with Marauder. That's his arena team. If he placed that on defense, I'm planning on using 2 teams to take that out, Padme and CLS. That's kind of my go-to right now. I wish that I could take him out in one shot, but I just can't. My Darth Revan is not good enough to beat someone that has, his quality of mods and quantity. So, I basically place mine on defense, and I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to get holds. And then, Padme's not a great counter against Darth Revan with Marauder, but it can at the very least get the job started, and hopefully I can come in after the fact and finish him up with CLS. So that's what we are working with today. And now if we go back into the game here, and we can take a quick look here so last week, or yesterday, this was the final board. I was able to full clear him, and I took 2 battles against his Darth Revan, one-shot everything else, and then he was able to one-shot my teams down on the south side. 1 battle each, no problems, 1 battle each, no problems, and then he went against my Grievous team, and he failed. And then he took a second team and failed again. So after that he didn't attack anymore. So that was a nice, fairly easy win. I wish that he would have kept on attacking. I mean, maybe he used all of his teams. Maybe he went too heavy on the south side and wasn't able to break through those teams, and that's why he stopped attacking. But if I was him, I would have just kept on going, because the more points that you can get early on, the easier it's going to be to make it to those higher ranks. Fairylick asking, or saying, he also wants to get Bosk and Jolie. So this is what he's going to do. Get Yoda, Palpatine, and R2, then CLS. And sounds good, man. Alright, so here we just got a sneak peek. He has taken out my south front section. So let's take a look there. Okay, so we one-shot my Jango bounty hunters, but he took 2 battles against my Carth. That is very unexpected, and that is that's a pleasant surprise. I only have 1 Zeta on that team. This should not get any holds, especially against someone that has his quality and quantity of mods. in his team. Like, that's very surprising. That shouldn't have happened. So I'm curious as to what happened there. So he has not attacked my back section yet, and he has taken out my Darth Revan. So he did that in one battle, and he is currently attacking my Grievous squad. So one-shot my Darth Revan. With that, I assume that he's got his Darth Revan on offense. It is possible that he used maybe Padme. He had Gear 13 on his Padme. Some pretty, you know, we'll take a look at the different characters he has at Gear 13 so that you guys can basically, you know, see what kind of teams he's working with here. So he's got his full General Grievous squad, GG, B1, B2, IG-100, Droideka. They're all, you know, that's the full Grievous team. He's got, of course, his Darth Revan team, Darth Revan, Malak, Basti, HK, and Marauder. And then he's got Padme, Kenobi, and Yoda at Gear 13. And then he's got Brute Alpha as well. So those are the Gear 13s he's working with. And of course, tons and tons and tons and tons of Gear 12. So, yeah, so I'm curious to see. Okay, so he did take out my Grievous also in one shot. So the only thing that I have going for me right now is that he two-shot my Carth team. I should be able to one-shot all the teams he has in front, and the fact that he was able to one-shot both of my teams, I'd be willing to bet that he's used his Darth Revan against mine, and then, I don't know, maybe he used like a Grievous Mirror match or a Padme team, possibly Jedi Knight Revan. Down here, Jango Bounty Hunters, I bet CLS against that. And I don't know, maybe he failed with Jedi Ray or something. It's hard to say. I don't know. But so my defense in the back up top was really weak. My Jin-led Rogue One team and my Wedge-led Rebels. They're not great, but they do take away banners. They have just enough damage on both of those teams that they can take away, you know, 2-3 banners, and that's what I'm aiming for there. They're weak teams, but they can take away banners. So down here, he is attacking my Night Sisters. I'm curious to see what's going to happen there. Okay, so one-shot that. I'm expecting him to one-shot the rest of my teams. They're not good, so yeah. He does not have Nest on offense. His Nest is with his Qira. So there's that. Now we have a Bosk-led Bounty Hunter team. Bosk is 263 speed. And he has no tenacity. My troopers are faster. So my Stark is faster. So I'm at 255 plus the I think it's 20 speed from Veer's leadership, puts me at 275. That's what I'm looking for. Leadership. Okay, so 20 speed. Yeah, so 275 speed on my Stark. With that, I should be able to go faster than his Bosk at 263 with no tenacity. And I should be able to take out one of these guys, probably Jango. Who's at 250 speed. I wanted to look at the health and protection, because I'm trying to find out who I'm going to actually attack first. So that's 45k, almost 46. It's pretty low. And Greedo would be the other possible target. 63k. So I think that Django is the better target. I should be able to troopers that. Okay, so he's taken out another team there. I almost want to wait until he's done attacking so I can find out what kind of banner average he has, so I can kind of you know, have an idea of what I need to do. I mean, I know that as long as I one-shot everyone, I'll be fine. But it'd be nice to have that that little bit of information. So I know what I'm going to do against the Night Sisters. I'm pretty sure I know what I'm going to do against those bounty hunters. So now we have to decide what we're going to do against these guys here. So Ewoks are a team I'd normally take against crew, but my Ewoks are on defense. My Jedi Ray is another team I'd take against them, but I'd almost prefer to take my Jedi Ray against the Scoundrel team. So then we just have to figure out what am I going to do. And Emperor Palpatine is an option. As long as my Palpatine and Vader and stuff are faster, which they definitely are faster than that crew, especially with Vader's speed bonus, I should be able to take that out with my Vader team. Or my Emperor team. So I'm thinking that's probably what I'm going to do, a JTR against the Scoundrel team, and Palpatine probably against the crew team. Okay, so he's still in battle there. So 1409. Let's keep that in mind. So he had 1409. Now he's got 1648. What did I say? 1409 minus 180. So he got 59 banners. So I took away one banner with that Rogue One team. I'm not going to use my Sith Triumvirate against those guys because I'm suspecting he will have his Geonosians somewhere in the back, and I will need my Geonosians or my Treya to take out Geonosians. Alright, so Ewoks, he's in battle now. I'm going to just go ahead and kind of hold here until he is out of battle, so that I have an idea of what he's going to get. So he gets 180 for clearing the territory. Actually, 1648 plus 180 is what I'd want to do. So 1828. So we take the difference of whatever his new score is going to be in 1828. We'll be able to find out how many banners he got for this team. So with that, did not mean to back out there. 1648 minus 720 minus 180 minus 180 minus 180 is equal to that. Divide that by 17. So right now he has a 55.5 banner average. You can see the spreadsheet. I'm not actually typing in the spreadsheet. I'm typing in a calculator. Yeah, here's the spreadsheet. So we've got the predicted defenses and my planned offenses, and we can go ahead and highlight this team, which is on defense, and this team, which is on defense. And then this team was not on offense, that was on defense. First Order is kind of a staple defensive team. A lot of people do place it on defense. However, I suspected that he was going to use it on offense, because it is a great cleanup for Darth Revan. But I'm assuming now that he actually saved his Darth Revan for offense, so this is probably incorrect as well, which means I'm actually going to have a lot of teams, and I should be able to underdog his back zones pretty good. Bounty hunters, yes. Bounty hunters are also there. Okay, so he has finished attacking the Ewoks. Alright, and so he had 1828 before, he has 1884 now, he had 1828. Or that's what he would have had. So he got 56 banners against my Ewoks. So he has roughly about a 56 banner average. That's what I need to make. And I should be able to do that pretty easily on the front territory. Question is, how am I going to do on the back territory? Because what does he have back there? Okay, so we are going to start with the Geos. Phoenix with Rex Wampa Hoda. Yeah, if he has that, that's probably what I'll be doing. Okay, so let's go ahead and what did I say? I was gonna troopers. I'm gonna use troopers here. We're gonna go ahead and pull these guys in. And I should be able to knock out Django real quick. And then, yes, I do have Nest saved for offense. Alright, so Django. Django is the softest target. Let's knock him out. Okay, cooldown increases. Oh, beautiful. And this is why it's so much better to use Django lead. Django lead, this would not be possible. Because Django lead just has so much speed. But because he did not set Django as the lead and he used Bosk, I'm able to come in here with Imperial Troopers and just wreck. He never even gets a turn. It's like, that is why I did not set my Bosk as lead. That's why I use Django as lead. Django as lead, the Django leadership adds 30 speed to your bounty hunters. That makes it nearly impossible for Stark to outspeed your Bosk if you have him modded properly. And that just makes it nearly impossible to use Imperial Troopers as a counter. Okay, so that's done with a 60 banner. And like I said, I needed a 56 banner on average. Yes, I would nowadays, for the most part, I would suggest a Django lead bet over Bosk lead. For the most part. Bosk lead does have its place. There is, like, you get a lot of healing if you use a Bosk lead. So Bosk lead, like on offense, works really, really well. As opposed to a Django lead, because you'll be able to max out your banners if you use a Bosk lead. But then again, Bosk lead would counter some teams, and a Django lead would counter others. So it's just, you know, really preference for the most part. Alright, so let's go ahead and we're going to go into this Night Sister team. We're going to take it out. We're going to use my favorite counter. And I'm sure that some of you know what that is. But for General Stash, who is a new attendee here, he does not know that I love to use my Geos. I have not seen any Night Sister team that can do anything against Geos. Geos just wreck them. They always go first. They usually Like, they usually get a lot more turns than this, quite honestly. But, yeah, this is such a fun team to use. Right now, I'm just kind of getting rid of some protection on everyone. Okay, so you need to save your heal from the Brood Alpha until after the plague goes off. Once the plague goes off, then you can use the heal, which we'll see in a minute. I don't actually want to use the taunt on Sun Fac because I want them to be focusing on the brute. Just waiting and waiting and waiting. Bam. Okay. So that's most of it. Now we can go ahead and heal up. Now that we hit 100% hit points, our plague is all gone. We're going to focus on Talzin because I don't want more plague to stick. And after that, we're going to go and we're going to focus on Spirit because Spirit has a heck of a lot of burst DPS. I don't want her to actually end up removing I don't want her to end up removing like health off of everyone. So from this point on, I can just focus on the zombie. And yes, I know it is powering up Asajj, but it's really no concern. What I'm doing here is I'm waiting for everyone to get full health and full protection. And that's going to happen as soon as Brood Alpha gets his heal, which is next turn. She can do as much damage as she wants to the Brute. He's going to be constantly taunting. There's no way, even with her Dispel, the taunt's just going to come right on back. So here we go. Now I can go ahead and I can heal, and this will kill off Asajj. And now I'm at full health on everyone, full protection on everyone except for the Brute. But the Brute's protection does not matter for the purposes of Grand Arena, so you end up getting 60 banners. It is one of the best counters in the game. It's very similar to what I would use if I used Jedi Ray against First Order. I could do something very, very similar, and I could end up with 60 banners. In this case, I don't think I'm going to be using that because I'm pretty sure my Jedi Ray is going to go against this Qira team. Okay, so in the back wall, he has a Carth team with Wampa, and he has Shaak Ti with the clones. So, referring back to the spreadsheet once again, I did predict that he had clones on defense. I was not anticipating that he was going to use his Carth team at all because the Carth team is pretty bad. But it definitely is there. But what he has done to make it more difficult is he put Wampa in there. And he used T3 instead of Juhani and Zalbar. So it's not a dangerous team. I'll be able to take care of that pretty easily. The only issue that I can see right now is that I would have preferred to use JTR there. But I do want to use, I think, my JTR here. So what I'm going to be doing here, I do have, like I said, Padme and CLS were planned to be used against his Darth Revan and Malak. I am not suspecting that he's going to be putting his Darth Revan and Malak on defense. I don't think I'll see those in the back here. I do believe I will see Geos, and I will maybe see Grievous. I will most likely see Grievous. Geos and Grievous, I bet, is going to be what's back there. So against Grievous, I'll be using my Jedi Revan. CLS I can take against the clones. So that is the current plan, but we'll see if that changes. We're going to go ahead and take our Jedi Ray here. She's not Jedi, she's Resistance. CLS is solid with the opening stun on Rex. Yep. He also doesn't have the Zetas. Okay, so I will probably use 3PO with the Padme team, which leaves me free to use R2 here, which is going to be very nice for the stuns. The foresight on Jedi Ray is not going to matter. Who does he have in this team? Let me see. Okay, Vandor and Young Han and L3. Alright, so yeah, I'll be using Jedi Ray. It doesn't matter who I use as my 5th. Resistance here. I am saving 3PO. So we'll be using Finn, and I'm going to use Rey. She does have that foresight that she can get, which is going to improve her survivability over the Resistance Trooper, and I really don't need Resistance Trooper's Dispel in this battle. And thanks for the raid, Fisk. Much appreciated, man. Alright, so we're going to go in with this, and I should be able to come out of this pretty close to 60 banners, if not at 60. So we're going to see. Hey Malay, how's it going? Alright, so we are going to, of course, start by trying to land some exposes out on the field, so we can get some TMR out there. We're going to get some Dispel over on L3, and we are working on Vandor. Vandor is going to die super easy. Alright, so Vandor will die from that damage over time. But I'd prefer to have an expose on Young Han there. But unfortunately that's not the case right now. Okay. I'm going to try to land a stun on her as soon as I can, because I want her to not be able to take any turns. We're going to land a daze on her so she doesn't counterattack me. I can continue using abilities right now. I'm using the taunt to heal up. Use that to heal up some more. We go ahead and do that. Bam. Okay. So at this point, what I'm going to be doing is trying to make it to full protection on everyone. I probably shouldn't have done the big hit move, but it's okay. I need to remove, or I need to get the daze. The daze wore off because of L3. So now we can go ahead and just basically leave it on auto basic for a minute. Because I don't want to use abilities, because if I use abilities, then she'll just constantly lose turn meter and I'll never get to go again. Or I'll never get to kill her, because she's just going to gain protection all the time. So we're just using auto basics while she is stunned. Okay. We're trying to get the big hits to do the damage to her when she is like after she's taken her turn. Like that. Okay. Now here I'm going to refresh that daze, and I'm going to refresh the healing immunity that fell off of her. And now that she's stunned, we're going to go ahead and put it back on auto basic. And this will be a nice easy 60 banners in just a minute here. So we'll just do that. Trying to get the big hits in. Alright, back to basics. As we just keep her stunned. We're full health and full protection on everyone. She's not going to be able to counterattack anyone, so... There we go. 60 banners. So I needed a 56 banner on average, and I've so far gotten 60 banners on average. Alright. And now we have a crew team. So for crew, he's not super fast. He's not super dangerous. 246 speed there. Thank you, Fairy Lake. And 233 there. Okay. So he should have... actually, his officer might be faster than my Vader, even. My Vader is like really C tier mods, maybe even D tier mods at this point. So I'm at 226 speed plus 58. 284 speed. And he gets plus 30. So he's at 276. So yeah, my Vader actually is faster. He does not have the pre-taunt because he only has the leadership Zeta here. So that's going to make things go pretty smooth, I think. Now I do want to save my Thrawn. Normally I would use my Thrawn here. But again, I don't know what's in the back and I might need my Thrawn, so I would kind of prefer not to use him. So I am going to use Shore Trooper in here. Shore Trooper will be able to take the brunt of all the attacks. And I'll use Tarkin for some turn meter reduction, TIE Fighter Pilot to land some tenacity down and some buff immunities out there. And I should be good. With the stuns from Palpatine and all of the turn meter, I should be okay. I'm thinking I might actually want to use Thrawn. Yeah, I'm gonna use Thrawn. I'm gonna play it safe, and so if I use TIE Fighter Pilot, I might be able to do it. But then again, if he gets lucky and with some resists or stuns just plain don't land, shocks don't land, etc., then it could get really dicey. But this way, if I use Thrawn, I've got the fracture. I've also got the protection recovery, so I should be able to end maybe not 60 banners, but pretty close. And Thrawn's going to guarantee me the win, basically. So we're going to do this. Better safe than sorry. Alright, so we start off with some dots, and we go for the guy that has the most debuffs to get the most turn meter. And let's go ahead and get Fracture on the crew. And all that happens, and that's all fine. Alright, so now we get some debuffs out on the field, and I don't think I want to use the turn meter reduction right now, because he's got some, counterattacking character, and I'd rather avoid that. So we're going to be focused firing on the First Order officer. I was just trying to get some some control onto the executioner. Okay, so perfect. I got that ability block. That is super helpful. We're gonna try to land a shock here on crew. that shock is going to prevent the taunt. That kill was very, very helpful. That gave me just a ton of turn meter. There's some really, really nice stuns. We're going to go after the guy that did not get stunned. We're going to remove some turn meter. Keep on working on the guy that's not stunned. I'm not going to fracture here. I have no need to fracture. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to basic and I'm going to stun him. And that allows me to basically start working on other people once again. Okay, so now we can go ahead and throw the dots out, and we'll be able to one-shot someone. Go for a shock over here, and now we can do some protection recovery. We're gonna do it over on Tarkin and top him off. More debuffs. I kind of want to be targeting on this TIE fighter pilot. Because he's about to die, and that's gonna just give me a ton of turn meter once again. All right, now I want to keep that ability block on Kylo as much as I can, because that's gonna prevent him from using his AOE, and that AOE would be really annoying. So, trying to keep him ability blocked, and we can use protection recovery again. Right there. There we go. So he's down. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to try to extend the fight by using low damage or non-damaging abilities as much as I can, so that I can get over to Thrawn's protection recovery and just try to top people off. So right now we only have what's his face over there, the shore trooper that is not full protection. Everyone else is full protection. So the more debuffs I land, the more he heals. Something to keep in mind. So I'm down to... Okay, so I'm not going to be able to top him off on his protection. That's a little upsetting, but everyone else is full protection. Everyone else is full health. So we'll get 59 banners, not 60, but it's still pretty good. Has anyone been tracking or calculating how many losses you can have and still make Kyber? I believe that you can lose 2 battles and still make Kyber. Maybe even 3 if you still full clear everything, but you still lose maybe 3 and you still be able to make it. It's pretty close. I was like 130 points, I think, from Kyber on the last Grand Arena. Okay, so back here, there's his General Grievous that I was expecting to see, and he has a Akbar-led Rebels team, which I was not expecting to see, but I'm very, very happy to see it. Okay, so I've got plenty left. I've got my Jedi Revan, I've got my CLS, I've got my Padme. I've got a ton of teams left. This should be no problem to win. And I have Traya. I also have Traya. Alright, so against this Grievous team, we're going to go ahead and we're going to use our Jedi. We're going to use our Jedi Revan, but we're going to use a Bastila lead. We're going to go with the best of the best. Let's see here. Do I want Hoda or do I want Ezra? That's the only real question. Hoda has that extra healing, which is very nice and can be needed. Ezra's got a little bit of DPS, maybe. I think Hoda is probably the better choice. I am a little bit nervous about this because he is full gear 13. I wanted to look look at his mods on Grievous. And all the others too, but mainly on Grievous. Okay, so he's got crit damage, health, and health. Yeah, he's gonna be kind of rough. 102k. That's not the most health that I've ever seen. Yeah, I'm probably gonna solo nest the rebel team. Solo nest should be able to do that pretty easily. Okay, so he's not fast. He doesn't need to be. And B1. (121 speed and plus 1200 damage. Wow. Yeah, this is gonna be rough. I should be able to do it. I hope. If I have to come in with a second team, so be it. But I'm definitely gonna use Hoda here. I think I'm gonna need that extra healing. All right, so the idea here is you use a Bastila lead rather than the Jedi Revan, and what the Bastila lead does is it allows you to resist most of the target locks and debuffs at the very beginning of the match, which really is very, very helpful. It prevents turn meter gain, prevents all kinds of things. So yeah, Bastila lead is way better than Jedi Revan in this particular scenario, but it still can go south. I should be able to do this in one shot though. Only one time have I failed, and that's when I did not use Grandmaster Yoda. I used Ezra instead, and that, like, it's nasty. Alright, so the idea here is we let the B2 take his bonus turn and come out of stealth, and then we mark B2. We want to kill off B2 as quick as we can. Give those buffs over to Yoda, and we just constantly do the damage. Spread those buffs, and we'll keep on hitting B2. Okay. There we go. So B2's out. So that got Grievous a little bit mad. But that's okay, because that's what's supposed to happen. At this point now, and that's why we have Jolie. So at this point, we're just kind of biding our time, and we're waiting for us to get another mark. And we want to mark against General Grievous next. Okay, so now we can go ahead and mark on Grievous, and we are going to focus him down as quick as we possibly can. I don't want to spread buffs because I don't have any buffs to spread, so I'm just going to remove turn meter. Now I'm going to put this on Jolie, because when Jolie uses a basic, he reduces his cooldowns. Very important. Get rid of that, what do you call it, the lifesteal. Okay, so now Jolie's res is available again, which is very necessary. I will likely lose another character and have to use that res again. Alright, so we do another mark here, and it's not quite enough DPS. Not quite enough. There we go. Okay, so Grievous is down. So now we just have to, make it through Magna Guard and get as much protection back as we can, which is not going to be much. We are not going to end with full health, full protection, but we will be able to one-shot this at the very least. So right now I'm just kind of trying to get through that taunt from Magnagard, which luckily I was able to land both the stun and that buff immunity. Okay, so we got rid of the major damage dealer, and now it's just B2's turn. We'll top off the health over on Revan. We'll focus fire here on B1. That's gonna help out a lot. He's not gonna get any more heals or anything like that. Now, piece of cake. We'll finish him off. We'll be full health on everyone, full protection on no one. But I mean, it's a win against a full Gear 13 Grievous team. I'm perfectly okay with that. 57 banners is 2 banners higher than the average that I needed, so I'm 100% okay, perfectly happy with that outcome. Okay. The next most difficult team that he's going to have here is going to be these clones. And so my choices are going to be either Padme, CLS, or Treya. I think that CLS is probably going to be the best choice to deal with this. I've got the best gear on them. Yeah, two Gear 13s. I might be able to underdog it, but I'm just not... I'm not super comfortable with that because I don't know the kits, the redone kits all that well. So we're just going to take in our absolute best rebels, and we're going to see what happens here. I do plan on stunning Rex out the gate so that I can prevent his the turn meter gain tenacity move. And after that, it really doesn't matter if I kill 5s because he doesn't have the Zeta. And I know that the Zeta on 5s, Old Ben, I don't know that Old Ben's going to be all that useful, because if I don't land the ability block on both Rex and what's-her-face, Shaak Ti, then it's going to be worthless. I think having the extra damage output from Ezra would be better. Okay, so, but he does not have the Zeta on 5s. So the Zeta on 5s gives, like, it will heal everyone when he dies, or when another clone dies, which is probably going to be Rex. But they're not going to gain his max hit points because he doesn't have the Zeta. So I think I should be fine with this. We're going to go on into it, but focus down on Rex, then on Shaak Ti, probably, and just kind of take it from there. Okay, so Rex, wherever he is, there he is. We're going to get the stun onto him. 5s is already down because I ended up killing him. These counterattacks are just wrecking. Man. Okay, Rex is down again. More counterattacks. Alright, let's get rid of all those retributions. And he gets them right back. Alright, we're calling... well, I didn't need to actually call him. Alright, so that's going to kill off him. See, problem is I don't want to get counterattacked using that basic over on the Clone Sergeant. I don't know that my basic with the assist is going to have enough DPS to take him out. So I'm going to make it be Luke's turn, and Luke can take some hits. Alright, and that's going to finish him off. 57. Still 2 banners over the average that I needed. If he had Zetas on that team, it would have been a lot more difficult, but no big deal there. Alright, so Carth team here. This will be a Padme. Padme can go against this team because this team's so reliant on damage over times. They've got the counterattacks and they've got attacks out of turn, all that stuff. Padme is gonna just walk all over this team. I don't think that I even need a 5th on this. I think I can do this with 4. I might even be able to do it with 3. But I definitely feel more comfortable having all 4 in there. I'm still going to get the underdog, and that's really all that matters. So this should be a piece of cake. I'm not going to end, once again, I'm not going to end full protection, because that's just not how the Padme team works. And I want to make sure that I get rid of T3 real quick, because T3 does some buff dispels, which are just super annoying. Alright, so now that we have no buff dispel really on that enemy team, we're good to pretty much do whatever. So while I could have done the heal move there, I elected not to. And this should kill off mission. And I can go ahead and hit Wampa. Wampa does have the counterattacks, but I have the protection up, which is huge. Alright, so now we'll go ahead and we'll just continue focusing on Wampa. Oh, that's gonna really, really hurt him. Okay, 15 stacks. This will kill off Wampa. Alright, and that'll... Nope, not quite. That gets Carth. So, I was full protection on 4, and or 3 out of 4. So, pretty good. 60 banners. I'm very happy with that. And now we have one more team left. So we have so much to work with here. I could do Wampa, I could do Nest, I could do Treya, I could do the Triumvirate. I've just got so much to work with, man. I think I'm gonna just do Qira Nest. I could do Nest solo, but I'm gonna throw Qira in there so that I'll always be full protection. There's no way that they can one-shot my my health and protection. So Qira and Nest. That's all that I need. I've done this many a time. I know my Nest is powerful enough to get this done. My main target is going to be Wedge because of the offense down. So we get rid of Wedge and there's no offense down. And then we go after Princess Leia if we can. We can't, so we'll go after Biggs. I'm pretty sure that I could have done this pretty easily without Qira in there. That was probably wasted banners, but this is perfectly fine. This is all that I... Like, I'm gonna have all the banners that I need. Boom. 60 banners. So I was like 59 point something banners on average, probably. This is going to be a very, very high scoring match, as opposed to my last one, which was not very high scoring. So 1913, pretty good. And there you have it. So 1913 versus 1884, final score. We both full cleared. For some reason, he dropped that one battle. That would not have been all of the difference. He was not the most efficient on clearing my teams, which is one reason that I like to set Darth Revan on defense, because Darth Revan on defense will take away a lot of banners. But so there you go. That's Grand Arena. Hope you enjoyed.